And just to illustrate a little further, if we wanted to undo something that we had created, so for instance, I want to undo this strike through, all I do is highlight the text that I made the strike through and select strike through again, and you'll see that the strike through has been removed. Just so we've covered that. Let's look at the next set of buttons here, and we're going to go all the way over here and deal with this whole section together. This is bulleted list. This is numeric list. This is block quote, which we'll talk about in a second. And then these three buttons are for your justification. If you want to center something, you want to right justify or left justify something. That's what each of these do. Let's just look at each of them. So let's say we wanted to create a bulleted list. We'd simply hit enter, type, 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 hit enter, type, 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 hit enter, type, 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 type. I highlight all those paragraphs, select bulleted list, and there you go. There's my bulleted list. I do the same thing. I can highlight it, change it into a numeric list. I can also undo it from what it was. What we'll do here is we'll make it into a bulleted list. And let's say we realize we forgot a bullet. We simply add the bullet after that. If you add a bullet and then hit enter after it a second time without adding a bullet, it'll create a new paragraph for you. So that's bulleted list, and numeric list works the same way. So again, if we came here and we said we want a numeric list right after this one, we can start with 1 and we can go, whoops, we can go, let's line up my cursor here, list item 1, list item 2, and list item 3. Again, just to illustrate all this, these are how you're going to make your bulleted lists. Block quote's a little different. Block quote is actually an HTML option that we're not going to get into all the details of what it does. In essence, what it's going to do for you is just going to take a chunk of text and it's going to style it a certain way. And how we mostly use this is with testimonials. So if you wanted to take, for instance, and add a testimonial here, what I'm going to do is just copy this text. We're going to paste it in there. And I wanted to turn this into a testimonial. All I have to do is highlight it, select these little quotations. You'll see the word block quote pops up with it. Let's do that again. Select that. And what it's going to do is it's going to indent the text. Here it's going to indent the text. However, if we update the page, save the changes we made, then go and look at our home page. And again, we need to refresh it so we can see the latest text. We're going to see all the changes we made. We're going to see a bulleted list. We're going to see our numeric list that I edited. And we're going to see this indented text that we would use as our testimonial. So if we wanted to finish up our testimonial, we might come back here and we might say, client June Jones, financial advisor, Seattle, Washington. Whoops. And what we can do with June's credential, if we want, is we can right justify it. You see that pushed it to the right. If we update the page, come back here, refresh one more time so we can see the changes, you'll see that we now have a testimonial. Now, in your design, the testimonial styled may not look like this in design number 1. It may look differently, but this is how you'll use the testimonial option in your website, is by using the block quote. And you've seen me now use right justify, center justify. They all work the same. So again, if we let's just make a new paragraph out of this text, and you wanted to center justify, in other words, you want to center your text, you just do that. Again, clicking here on center. That's left, center, right. Same as in Word. Update your page. And when that saves, which it has, we can refresh. And you'll see now we have centered text.